This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by Fluid Form Bio, developing innovative 3D printing living pancreatic tissue to help combat type 1 diabetes. For the first time, you can join this visionary mission. Visit fluidformbio.com or their page on Start Engine to learn more about this exciting work.
Well, this is Pattern Predictions, the video we put out every Monday looking out over the next 2 weeks. Of course, you can get the 14-day forecast for your exact location in our app. Our app is free in the App Store and Google Play, but this is the how and why of what's happening with the weather over the next 14 days and what you may see kind of changing in the app over the next couple of weeks as well. We start with the jet stream, that river of air high in the sky, steers our storms, acts like a thermostat, big player, of course, in the weather. We've got the dip coming into the West Coast that will be sliding into the central United States for today and tomorrow. I talked about that in Insights earlier. That will slide as a trough over us as we head into the Friday, Saturday timeframe, and will be slow to depart east, but does make its way off to our east for next week. A ridge builds in behind it. And what we're seeing in terms of temperature is that we're kind of in the middle, right? We do get some of the warmth that comes in. Storminess will be focused in the central United States. By the end of next week, another trough or dip in the jet stream comes in to the eastern seaboard, but kind of fizzles off to our south with more zonal flow and fast disturbances coming in. So in terms of temperature, we can look at the surface and what that means. And one thing you'll notice, or maybe two things, right off the bat, is there's a lot of warmth in the central United States, down to the south, and cooler air below average temperatures in much of the West Coast, particularly in the Pacific Northwest over the next couple of weeks. We get warmth that builds into the northern plains and then cooler air that comes in towards the end of the period. Meanwhile, warmth and humidity building for the south, back up through the mid-Atlantic. We get some warmth in here as well with an above average stretch likely. Keep in mind as we turn the calendar to May, which happens later this week, our average high temperatures should be around or just over 60, climbs to lower 70s by the end of the month. Speaking of which, May monthly forecast will be out later this week, so keep an eye out for that. So bottom line in terms of temperature, I don't think we're talking about record-breaking warmth or any big cool downs. Temperature-wise, the one glaring thing you'll notice is that tomorrow, Tuesday, is the warmest day of the bunch. Then for a New England-wide average, most of our temperatures, mid to upper 60s. There will likely be some 70s. We get sea breezes. It will be cooler at the coast. But for a New England-wide average, we are slightly above average by a few degrees through the extended 2-week period. Same goes for the overnight lows, too. So no concerns about frost. The one exception, keep in mind this is a New England average, far northern New England. This week, Thursday morning, and then maybe the start of next week may have a touch of it. Otherwise, you notice many of our overnight lows are generally running in the 40s. The exception may be the 50s on Wednesday, and then again as we head into the second half of the weekend. Precipitation-wise, one big bullseye you're going to see here is across the southern plains, stretching from Texas back up through Oklahoma, into Arkansas, into portions of Missouri, and then another little bullseye that extends into the northern plains, another area from western Montana into the Intermountain West. So there's a lot of storminess in these areas, multiple rounds of severe weather, kind of classic end of April, beginning of May pattern. For us, our percent chance of precipitation is highest Friday into Saturday with that next disturbance coming in. We talked about it in Insights. On Friday, it's likely a warm front followed by a cold front. And then there's a disturbance over us on Saturday too. So I think Sunday is by far the drier of the 2 weekend days. There may be some showers in northern New England on Sunday. So if anything, that number may bump up on Sunday, particularly the farther north you go. Next week is a fairly dry stretch. Now, there is about a 20% chance through the middle of the week. And then towards Mother's Day weekend, 30% chance, but that's fairly low. There may be some showers around, but it doesn't look overly wet or like any big storms are in the cards for New England. Precipitation-wise here at home, you saw that bullseye in the central United States. It's likely an inch or less over the 14-day period. Some signs northern Vermont may get some locally higher amounts. So we'll keep you posted, of course, on all of it. Stay tuned for the monthly forecast that comes out later on this week. And, of course, you can shop our merchandise at swag.onedegreeoutside.com. Have a great day, everybody.